This week we're doing an unboxing of a Toto's CB6. It's not immediately obvious from the retail packaging what this actually is, but it's a smart intelligent interface AI box that wirelessly connects your car to CarPlay. Plus it has a few other features. The significance of that is I'm in a Kia SX Hybrid today, Sportage, and it doesn't have wireless CarPlay. It does have CarPlay, but it doesn't have wireless CarPlay. This works with anything with wired CarPlay. You must have wired CarPlay, so BMWs with this won't work. Right, so you absolutely have. So you must make sure that you connect to this and not the car's Bluetooth system. And let's have a look at this box. So I'll open this. Right. Okie dokie. Well, you're presented, make sure that none of this falls out, with the unit itself, which is wrapped in plastic, a 12-volt cord and a couple of USB cords. All right. There it is out of the... This is a lovely looking unit. It's beautifully designed. It looks a little bit like a truncated Jupiter 2. You can imagine that flying towards you. The back is really simple. It's just got a couple of slots and a USB-C that says it's for power and a couple of lights. Also in this box are some instructions and a SIM card. And like all of these things, they just give you a QR code. Now I'm hoping there are a few more instructions, so bear with me. CB. So I'm going to select CB6, which is down the bottom. Okay, installation. The information's coming up pretty fast, so at least that's something. Packing list. Yes, I've got all that. All right. Why do I need the Y cable? For vehicles, but not limited to, it's given me a whole bunch of blah, 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 blah. It's got insufficient power to supply the CB6A, 6B adapter's normal operation. And so you need to attach it in that case to the cigarette lighter's 12 volt and then plug that USB into a 12 volt adapter. Right, perfect sense. All right, so it says to attach it to the car stereo, so let's do that. I've got to say, my attempts to test these things in the past have not met with universal success. They drop out continuously. So now that I know that there's a possible power issue with this, that's very possibly what was happening to those other ones as well. And I've got a friend with a Volkswagen who was having exactly that problem. So now, the other thing is make sure you plug it into the correct USB. For cars that have 2 or more USBs to choose from, only one usually goes to the sound system. This has already come up with Apple CarPlay and related content features of the iPhone are not provided by this vehicle or manufacturer if you're expense driven, blah, 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 blah. All right, so I'm going to press OK. Rightio, it did take a little while, but this has, I thought it wasn't going to work for a minute, but this does seem to have come up. It's asked me to connect to Apple CarPlay. So that means it's switched from Bluetooth to Wi-Fi. A lovely big screen here in the Kia. Now the device does have some of its own things to do. So you go back to the car, and this is what you're presented with the car itself. So you can use Bluetooth phone and so forth. The other thing I've noticed about all of these is they don't call it CarPlay, they call it SpeedPlay. I don't know why they call it SpeedPlay. This Google map would come up if I put the 5G card in and paid for another phone plan, which I'm not going to do. All right. This has also got things like Netflix and so forth. Right. And I notice every time I plug into CarPlay, I get additional features on CarPlay. Just going to have Google Maps up. The reason I'm leaving Google Maps up is to see if this thing drops out, because that will be very annoying. And then what I'll do is stop the car and see if it all restarts again. I should make a call just to test the audio. Hey Siri, call David Brown mobile.
Calling David Brown mobile.
This will be the test.
Hello, Alan Service.
My dear boy, I'm testing an AI box in the car and I'm doing and film. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you. You sound dulcet as always. I'm in a Sportage, a Kia Sportage, that doesn't have wireless CarPlay, but it does have wired CarPlay. So this is allowing me to connect my phone without having to jump in and use a cable every 5 minutes. All right. Well, I'll call you on the battery operated phone as soon as I know what I'm doing.
Sounds good.
Ciao, Bella.
Sounds good. Okay, mate.
Bello. Bye bye.
Bye.
Because what I've found in the past is the system won't restart, or it takes a very long time. So let's just see. I'll start it up. I don't know whether that's because I didn't have the car off for very long, but that started immediately. I assume that's astounding if that's the case. I will report back to you as to whether or not that's the case. So far, this Atoto wireless adapter has been brilliant, and I do mean brilliant. It, in its way, seems to be the best of the bunch. The prices I've not been able to find for Australia, and at various times it's been available here and not, but it is available elsewhere. And the prices seem to be between $200 and $400. It's a big, big swing. So if it works this good every time you get into the car, and I'll soon find out whether it does, then this is possibly the best unit I've ever used, and I'd absolutely recommend it. There'll be some links in the description of the video below where you can go to the shop and purchase it. I'm not sure at this stage whether you'll get a discount. We'll soon find out. But either way, the Atoto CB6 is absolutely brilliant, and I've not used half of its features.